Cumbersome. Large or heavy and therefore difficult to carry, pallid, pale, animosity, hatred, indelible, cannot be wiped out, unequivocal, clear, or obvious. We learn vocabulary from 5 till 17. Learn the intricacies of our language, learn beautiful words, obscure as they may be, we learn them. But if schools have such an affinity for teaching us language, have a desire to educate us, prepare us for the world, there has been a horrible discrepancy in the plan, because as fantastic as it is that American youth know that consternation means worry and concern, how many times do they hear that in the hallways? How many times do they say it themselves? If you take all the echoes of all the times consternation has been uttered in any and all school hallways, I promise you, it still wouldn't be enough to drown out the deafening roar of the multitude of voices that feel within their right to say faggot. In just one day, that word bounces off of blackboards and linoleum floors, pins itself to news bulletins, and tattoos itself on the memories of too many youths. But it's just a word, right? It's as simplistic as the word consternation, but just easier to say. No. Language has incredible power, carries history, faggot. All I can hear are the screams of suffering, of beatings and hangings and burnings. Have you ever heard the cries of someone mutilated by fists full of hatred, nooses full of fear or fire, burning hot as the hell they have been living in their whole life, or the crack of bones and the breaking of backs? Because I have. I hear all of these things and more every time someone uses that foul, corrupted word that carries within its 2 syllables and 6 letters more pain and suffering than many American children will ever see in their lifetimes. And that word is the battered, bloody, tied-up body of Matthew Shepard, fatally beaten and left to die, tied to a buck fence in Laramie, Wyoming, by 2 boys whose lips dripped with the word faggot. Is the mess of the corpse of Ryan Keith Skipper, after 20 stab wounds and a slit throat tossed aside like garbage on the side of the road, murdered by 2 men whose lips dripped with the word faggot. The beaten boy with the bashed-in head, Marcellus Andrews, who was attacked and fatally beaten at a friend's house by a group of teenagers whose lips dripped with the word faggot, and millions more like them, cumbersome. Large or heavy and therefore difficult to carry, pallid, pale, animosity, hatred, indelible, cannot be wiped out, unequivocal, clear, or obvious. The word faggot does not mean gay. It means reflecting on the cumbersome burden of the unequivocal suffering caused by pure animosity, the life drained from too many young men's faces, leaving them pallid and ashen, the indelible memories of the atrocity caused by monstrous people whose lips drip with so horrid a word.